Fox, man. Ravens Nation, what's good with y'all? Fox Nation, what's good with y'all? Shouts out to my bro Ab DeSean, man. Shouts out to Tanja Bowman. Shouts out to Boogie Down EJ. Shouts out to Fresh Life. Shouts out to No Pad, No Pencil Sports. You know, I was able to watch 2 quarters as it was happening, the football game Sunday, and I had to go run out and do my job. And then I was listening to the rest of the game as I was doing it. And then yesterday, I watched the game again from halftime on up, like full. I got the NFL little subscription for the app and all that shit, right? So I watched it again. I got another replay that I could watch it for. So what I'm about to say, it ain't off memory. It's off memory, but it's off by lip. If I could screenshot it and put it as the thumbnail, I would, but they don't allow you to take screenshots and come back black. So I'm gonna say this about Lamar's game, and then I'm gonna get into why he's still the greatest right now, despite all that. And I'm gonna speak on what you had to say too, Tanja. Lamar, I feel like early on when this issue was happening, it was because he was trying to force it to Hollywood. And then fast forward now, he's trying to force it to Andrews, and I would like to see him more spread the ball around. On that play, I'm not sure if it was the fumble in the fourth quarter or the interception in the fourth quarter. But as the play was happening, within the first 3 to 4 seconds, Lamar had Prochet wide open. And I'm not saying this because I fuck with Prochet. We passed that now. That was last year's shit. We passed that now. I'm saying what I seen on the field, and instead of taking what could have been there by surveying the field, it seems to me he had his eyes on one receiver. But then again, I couldn't, from the angle that the camera was at, I seen Prochet open. Now, when they put the camera on him, he was eluding pressure. Now, I don't know if he was aiming for Prochet and the play broke down and he couldn't get to him and was thus escaping the pocket, and then led to him feeling like he could get it to Ricard. But either way, for me, even with all that happening, it was a bad positional pass. It was doomed from the moment he was trying to run and throw. That's not an easy thing to do. And yes, Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes can do that shit whenever they feel like, but at the same time, you got to know your receiver, you know. And this worked for Lamar before. I remember a pass he had where he escaped the pocket and threw it, lofted it up to Gus Edwards, and he caught the ball. So I ain't saying he can't make it happen when he need to, or when he can. But just in that moment, for me, I would have liked to see him try to gather his feet as much as he could And if he could, I'm sure he wouldn't have made that throw how he wanted to, or how he initially seen it on the run, because that's tough. You're throwing across your body and you're trying to get an accurate pass. That's not happening. That's not happening. But aside from that, the other play that a lot of people are talking about, but I feel like it was a factor, when DeMarcus dropped the ball. I don't know, I think it was the third quarter. I can't remember what quarter, but it was definitely right in the line with the Sun. It's silly to say, but I wasn't tripping once I heard it all. I already heard every bit of the audio during the second half. So when I watched it again, I was like, damn, you know what? The sun was definitely in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? I heard him drop. I heard when they said he dropped the ball, and I'm just like, damn, this motherfucker can't. God damn it. But then when I seen it, I'm like, nah, the sun was probably in his eyes and shit. He probably didn't see it. Whatever. All right, cool. So, all right, that wasn't on Lamar either. Okay. So I'm still going through, you know, and processing it. I feel like the defense played great. Again, I only heard the audio of the second half, and I went back and watched the full second half yesterday. That wasn't no pass interference on Peters. I seen a play where we was already near the end zone, and all the offensive players on our squad, all the receivers, even Andrews, threw their hands up and was looking for a pass interference. I think it was DeMarcus Robinson. Again, coincidentally enough, but still, like, couldn't get the call. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna give it to them in the end zone when Peters clearly intercepted the ball. He didn't affect him catching that ball, yo. He just made a play on the ball. I seen way more fighting on when they tried to when Lamar tried to get it to Andrews. They was passing interference on Andrews. You feel me? I don't understand that one. And then everybody talking about defense collapse. If I heard the game and only heard that, after only hearing the game in the second half, if I had only that to go off of, I would believe people. But after watching it, so I don't know what the fuck y'all was watching. So after watching it, again, there's no way I could blame that on defense, because Marcus Peters did what he had to do. That was a bullshit call. That was a bullshit call. That was a pick all day, and that game was over. That game was about to be the fuck over, yo. It was about to be a wrap, yo. But it is what it is. You know, this is what we got to deal with. This is what we got to go through. Because, again, I feel like this team is cursed because John don't need to be here. You got talent right now, and you're not capitalizing off of it. You're not. I'm sorry, bro. We could point at Lamar blunders all day, all we want. But at the end of the day, we looking at him when he's not playing good. And that's how it is with Lamar. I've been spoke about this video plenty of videos ago. When Lamar's on fire, he's on fire. When he's not, he's not. That's just how you gotta take the good with the bad. It is what it is, yo. It is what it is, man. It's frustrating to go through. Nobody wants to see their favorite player lose or have bad games, but it is what it is. I'm here to break this shit down, though, today. Because despite having one of his worst career games, Lamar did something great that I've been meaning to speak on. I haven't had a chance to speak on or remember to speak on, right? Boogie Down Egypt, this was a while ago when I said this, right? I had a video showing stats, and it was showing how Lamar wasn't on the list for career all-time TD percentage for QBs because he was under 15,000 pass attempts, or 1,500 pass attempts. Well, even though we lost, even though he had a bad game, Lamar accomplished having over 1,500 pass attempts, and that pretty much cemented him in I'm gonna be real with y'all, Hall of Fame. You know why? He's top 6, but just to put it in perspective, top 10 all time. Top 10 all time QB and passing touchdown percentage since he's entered the league. You know who's, I believe, in front of him by 0.1? Mahomes. You know who's in front of Mahomes? Nobody that we would know in this era. In Brady era. Pre-Brady era. It wasn't Brady. It was some dude said something. I don't know. I'm talking about 40s, 50s, 60s. So yeah, they might say they had their little moments right now while Lamar in his little slump. But you can't take the numbers away. Lamar is still a walking touchdown, man. At any given moment. Yeah, he's off right now, and I'm not sure what's contributing to it. We all should know coaching ain't contributing to it, but psych. Coaching is the forefront. Tanja Bowman, you wasn't wrong or nothing you said, man. The only time I had real faith in the wide receivers and didn't care for extending out for a number one wide receiver or signing one was this season. Last season, we still had Hollywood, of course, even though I didn't want Hollywood, but it was Lamar guy, so I'm still just rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? I still would have went back then. Even though we low-key did with Dez Bryant, we didn't utilize him, right? We had Michael Crabtree. He wasn't good, but we didn't utilize him. And I mean, we did low-key, but he wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? We had Hollywood, and even though everybody be saying he's nice, we overutilized him, and we still didn't do nothing with that. Right? And then now, we in a situation where Bateman hurt, and nobody else is really getting the ball other than Andrews. Shouts out to Likely too. He showed up, and he's been quietly getting his confidence up more and more. And not everybody speaking on that. So that was a positive from the game too. I wanted to speak on the other video. Shouts out to Likely, man. Keep it up, bro. I just feel like we can't lose in this situation. Yeah, we could lose to the season, but guess what? Somebody gonna have to go, and that's what I really want to happen. And we can go far in the playoffs, but we got to make sure we able to figure out who we are right now and build on our strengths. But it's a double-edged sword because it all falls in the lap of John Harbaugh and Greg Roman. And that's tough. Because Roman has a tendency to go away from what is working. Right? I was mad that JK wasn't getting enough carries. Hold up. I was mad JK wasn't getting enough carries. Come to find out, he got hurt, right? And they didn't want him to keep playing like that, so they pulled him. And then we put Drake in. Drake is going off, but we don't really keep feeding him. We doing predictable plays. I've been said when the snap count came out for the Patriots game, that shit was sad. Andrews was on the field and only had like 5 targets. You ain't beat nobody top tier with offense with shit like that. It ain't gonna happen. So again, we always back to the situation of Lamar has to make a spectacular play in order for us to get far. Every time it falls like that so much, so often. Is that what Humphrey was talking about? Insanity? Why we keep having to rely on Lamar 24/7? Because now he done burnt himself out, it looked like. We done kicked the ball to Lamar. Lamar shoot for the 3. Kadoink. Well, we all know he really made those. Shooter's block. Writer's block. Whatever. But that don't mean he still ain't clutch. To me. Because the numbers is there. Now you can finally look it up and go see. He's cemented in a Hall of Fame right now. I'm not even bullshitting, y'all. I'm not even bullshitting. Lamar, if you see this, bro, you still a Hall of Famer right now, bro. Fuck that game. That was good for the Giants. That's good for Wink. Wink, we all know you was the scapegoat. And shouts out to Dr. John Henry Clark. The saddest thing is a scapegoat looking for another scapegoat. And Wink, you was used as a scapegoat. And John, you brought on McDonald and didn't get rid of Greg. And this is coming back to bite us. It's coming back to bite us. It's clear as day. But Scotty, I know you wanted to save your homeboy, but it's over. It's a wrap. You can't save him. This is energy. This is how the world is. This is how it revolves. When you don't do right by righteous people, God's children, we all God's children. You know, I'm just, rambling. Let me rant. You feel what I'm saying? So, John, you ain't being righteous. You ain't doing and executing what need to be done. You called Kyle Hamilton out. You always calling the players out every 5 minutes. Every time on Sunday. Every time we lose. You have yet to call out your own people, and we tired of it. It's old. Your ass is on the line at this point. We better come to play against the Browns, because that's a big game. If them plays ain't dialed the fuck up or dialed the fuck in, I don't give a damn who on the field. And that's another thing too. That's why I was really running with what they wanted too. Because this is the theory that y'all want. It's gotta fail on y'all terms too. Because y'all tried to do this little buddy system and tried to bait Lamar in by letting him pick up draft and have say in drafting Hollywood. It came back to bite us. John, you letting Roman stay here when he don't need to be here. We got T. Higgins and Keith Williams. They can easily step in and fix this offense right now. But you still holding on. It's clear as day you fucked up with McDonald getting rid of Wink. You can't hide no more, man. It is what it is. I'm sorry, bro. You should have did what needed to be done. It's too late now. Because Lamar, I keep telling you, Lamar gonna be here regardless, yo. John not gonna stay. People really be thinking, no, yo, you can't hide this shit. You can't hide this shit, man. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's not how it's gonna go, yo. We in a whole nother dimension right now, man. It's up right now in a whole galaxy right now, man. And they know that. And they ain't gonna speak on it. But like I said, I'm telling y'all gems right now. Lamar done crossed over. He's in the Hall of Fame, yo. He's in the Hall of Fame right now. I've been calling him a living legend. He's passed 1,500 pass attempts. His TD percentage for his career, even with the game that just happened. Even with the game that just happened. He is top 6 all time among all QBs with a high T percentage. He is at 6.4. Mahomes is at 6.5. Everybody above him was in the 60s. That's it. Josh Allen ain't even top 20. I don't think he's top 20. Top 30. Come on, man. Don't get me started on Daniel Jones, man. And it ain't so much our team suck. It's John getting out coached. This is back to the basics. This is back to the basics, man. All my predictions could have been right. But we always fall short to fucking up with coaching. Who they putting out on the field. And then, side note, do we really know if they told Lamar to go to Ricard? Do we know that? Do we know? Can we dismiss that theory, or can I throw that out there? Even if we scratch and crawl to get to the playoffs, yo, however it gotta go, I just want to see improvement. Mainly from Lamar. I don't give a damn about the coaching. If it's gonna fail, it's gonna fail. I'm content with that all day. But I don't want it to be at the hands of Lamar again. I don't think he's having a bad season at all. I think he's just in a little slump, man. And I wholeheartedly believe he'll pull through and get it going. Now, moving on, right? DeSean Jackson. I tried to find the video. I can't find it. DeSean Jackson, right? And I seen it 5 minutes after it posted online. I really was going to grab my phone, but my shit was charging, so I really couldn't go show y'all right away because I'd have been the first one to do it. But whatever. I don't care. But I couldn't find the video that I had speaking on DeSean Jackson, or maybe I just spoke about it with when they was trying to speaking on Hollywood, when they were saying he draw a comparison to DeSean Jackson when he's nowhere near him, right? But either way, DeSean Jackson is supposed to be visiting the Ravens. He's supposed to be visiting the castle, right? Tuesday. Now, I'm getting JPP vibes, right? If he don't leave with a contract, it is what it is. But if we can get D-Jack in the purple and black, we back, Jack. We back, Jack. You know why? And it's funny because the same people that's going to sit there, right, and call D-Jack old and washed up, because I don't think he is. People could have said Anquan was old, washed up, but look what he did for us. He didn't even have a 1,000-yard season with us, but look what he did for us. So, you know, I'm not going to dismiss that part of it. Now, you can still get production from an older wide receiver. Steve Smith. Randall Cobb. Ray Jennings. I don't think they was old though. It was probably in their prime around when Rodgers had them. Who else played that was pretty old? Oh, wait. Jerry Rice. You know how long, do y'all know how long Jerry Rice played football? Until he was 42. Did you hear what I said? Run that back. Run that back. Did y'all know how old Jerry Rice played until he was 42? When he was 36, he was still putting up 1,000 yards in a season. They say Jerry Rice is the greatest wide receiver of all time. He played until he was 42. If D-Jack say he can go, let him go. He's a dog. Let him be a dog. He say he can play. Let him play. Don't do him like y'all did, JK. But I'ma chill because they said he had knee tightness. But shouts out to D-Jack, DeSean Jackson. I hope they can get something figured out, get something done. I wouldn't be mad at an OBJ signing either. Might as well go all in. Lamar, you're not getting that guaranteed contract right now. I think that kind of, you still Hall of Fame, bro. Don't get me wrong. But the guarantee shit, I don't know. Fully, let me say that. The fully guaranteed shit, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Now, granted, again, that Deshaun Watson shit is crazy. That's completely unfair. I'm not at all agreeing with that, with what took place with that. But again, if you really understand the magnitude of how good you are, Lamar, you'll understand that they did that purposely so you can go to another team and that they don't got to worry about you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, it is what it is. But I'm going to say this, too. There's no way in the world we was going to pay A.J. Brown $100 million contract with A.J. Brown. If that's the case, you was better off not paying Humphrey, letting him walk, and then pay for somebody like that. But you can't have it both ways. We paid Stanley. Y'all, nobody get mad at that shit. Now they get mad at it because he hurt now. But nobody was mad at it at the time. That's 3 major contracts. Stanley, Humphrey, and Lamar. What other position do you got money to invest in? That's just my rational thinking. I'm not saying nobody's wrong about the shit. That's just my rational thinking about it. Which is why I would have never signed Stanley. I wouldn't have never gave Humphrey that. I would have franchise tagged Humphrey too. Hindsight is 20/20, but I'm telling y'all, as me personally, I fuck with Humphrey, but I would have never signed nobody to no extension until Lamar got his money. That's it. That's it. I don't mind doing 1-year deals all day. That's cool. I wasn't mad at them doing that. But once we crossing over into Lamar bread, that was eating from it. That's eating from investing into Rashad Bateman. I don't think they're going to extend Rashad Bateman. That's just me personally. He might feel like he worth more. I don't know. I wouldn't do it though. I haven't seen the arrival of Bateman, but he's definitely came on strong thus far this season, minus the injury. But it's just the fact of the matter that they don't target him or include the offense around him how they should, because Rome's a fucking imbecile. So again, coaching got to get removed. DeSean Jackson would help out tremendously. The threat of him, but then again, I worry, is Roman gonna do what it need to be done? You feel what I'm saying? 4 targets, they're gonna get it. That's not gonna do it. But trying to think what else. Hollywood, I heard Hollywood's out for the season, right? So everybody that's clamoring, or that was clamoring, I ain't gonna say clamoring, but everybody that was upset about letting Hollywood go, that was gonna happen. That injury was gonna happen, trust me. That's how bodies work, man. You on a time limit. We all on a time limit. You know? It's only a matter of time for, like, it was inevitable. That's if you believe it was written. You know what I'm saying? It was gonna happen. You can always say, well, if I didn't walk this way down the street, I would have never ran into. No, that was how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So it was gonna happen. He was gonna get hurt, but he out for the season. So regardless, we would have still had to insert Bateman. We would have still been back to square one. So that's what I'm saying. I can't even be mad at the situations how they are. This is how it's supposed to be. Because I think the ultimate result of this is John Harbaugh and his coaching staff being incompetent and getting exposed, and it's going to keep happening if they keep losing in close games like this, because that's on coaching. It don't matter what Lamar do. The fact that we aren't doubling down or having up tempo after the second half and trying to bury them with points, it raises an eyebrow. We got all these Hall of Famers on the team, including Lamar now. Lamar's a Hall of Famer. But yeah, man. This how it's supposed to be, man. So, yeah, big game next Sunday. We gotta move past this game. But I'm glad it happened because Lamar got his 1,500 pass attempts. So now he's cemented. He legit now. All he can do is go up from here. That's the beautiful thing about being at the bottom. That's the beautiful thing about having your low points. That's the beauty about it. It's like starting to seed. That's the beauty about it. There's only one way to go. It's up. That's it. If this is the worst that we've seen from Lamar, I'll take that all day. Because I know you ain't going to continue to be worse. You ain't no worser. I know you're going to get better from here. And I know you're going to do that. But coaching ain't. So that's why we got to rely on the players. And that's what brings teams together. We rely on each other as players, not for no damn shitty coaching. But Lamar, you gotta survey the field. You gotta see your receivers, man. If we get DJ, Lamar, you gotta fuck with John and Roman. Say fuck them, yo. They ain't gonna be making the money you making. Fuck them. You throw that fucking ball to whoever the fuck is open. Fuck with Carr, man. I don't give a fuck about they should have never paid that nigga, man. I'm sorry. I fuck with you, Pat. You ain't do shit wrong. I'm just saying, for the sake of the situation, like, I'm talking about on the field. I don't give a damn if you out there, bitch. I'm throwing this shit to a fucking receiver who I know gonna catch this motherfucker. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? But shit, ain't no fuck you over Carr. I ain't saying it like that. I'm just saying, you shouldn't have been targeted. You shouldn't even been on the field at all. But yeah, man. I want to keep my eyes on this one, this DeSean Jackson shit, cause I would love that. Hell, Marcus Peters was saying Terrell Owens can still play. Y'all laughing and shit, but like I said, Jerry Rice played until he was 42. If they can go, what is it gonna hurt? We're not getting nothing from the young players. They play soft as shit. And before I get off of here too, speaking of soft as shit, I'm not feeling. First off, if you got a social media account on anything, what the fuck is the point of having a social media account and you turning your comments off? Delete your social media account. And I'm saying to say this about Rashad Bateman. I don't like shit like that. The world ain't for me to like. People ain't gotta care what I like. I don't give a fuck. I ain't saying it like that. But I don't fuck with shit like that. If you that tender, if you that sensitive, get the fuck off social media then. This what come with this shit. People gonna talk regardless. That's what come with this shit. When you guys' child, do it matter? I'm gonna say that again. When you guys' child, you know, you serve a higher purpose in life and serve a higher God than yourself, the God. What the fuck do it matter? They bleed just how you bleed. What the fuck do it matter? Like, that's just another reason why I wouldn't sign Bateman to an extension. But whatever. That's another situation. That has yet to come. That's going to take some time right now. But, man. And shouts out to Fresh Life and Boogie Down EJ for pointing out. Cause I was done with sports yesterday. I didn't even watch shit else after that shit. I just listened to Ravens community videos and stuff. But on some real shit, Brady lost yesterday. Aaron Rodgers lost yesterday. You feel me? What do it matter? You gotta take the wins with the losses, man. It ain't always gonna look pretty, but things get exposed in situations like what we dealing with. Just how Panthers dealing with their own shit right now. The shit need to get exposed, man. And John need to get exposed, man. So Lamar, all you need to do is just get your game tight. And keep doing what you got to do, man. You keep being a walking TD. And get better in that pocket, man. Look at the whole field, man. Be thinking of getting rid of that ball quick. Fuck moving on the run like that. But you know, do what you do, but I hope when they watch that film again, they show all them plays where he could have went instead of just targeting Andrews. And you know what else too? Don't nobody talk about how Andrews be fucking up. And he fucked up on the blocking in the second half, giving half-hearted ass blocks and shit. But he's so damn old, number one tight end. Man, please. He need to be more consistent too. Greg Roman need to be more consistent too. John need to be more consistent too. But they ain't growing. They're grown. Roman, McDonald, and John is grown. These players, or at least Lamar case, is growing. So he got room to develop. Coaching don't. Either y'all make the proper changes, and which we see they trying to get some wide receiver assistants. But John, you need to remove yourself, or remove Greg at bare minimum, and promote T or Keith. It is what it is. But you putting your job on the line and your job in jeopardy every time you do stunts like this. So whatever, it's on you. But Ravens flock, Ravens Nation, man, I'm out. I've been rapping with y'all for a little minute. One time for the road. Lamar Jackson has surpassed 1,500 pass attempts and is top 6 in all time for QBs with a TD percentage, or the highest TD percentage. He's at 6.4. Mahomes is at 6.5. And everybody above that who's higher up is in the era of 1960s, 70s football. So, shouts out to Lamar, man. Let's get right for the Browns game. Again, I'm going to be monitoring this DeSean Jackson situation, because I would love that. DeMarcus Robinson, you might got to give up that number, bro. But Ravens flock, Ravens Nation, man. I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one. Y'all be safe out here. Y'all protect y'all energy, man. And I'm out.